Here we are on Royal Blood. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side of the map. The red Protoss pieces representing Hazard Esports. It is Rostok. And on the other side of the map, representing Team Blazer, it is Ziomek. Alright, a PvP. Let's go. Looks like this time we won't be seeing any cannon rush shenanigans. Rostok taking that second gas pretty early. Not sure if it's just to keep Ziomek from stealing the gas, or if there is another reason behind it. Ziomek already taken his second gas as well. Both players opting for the 2-gate opening. Ziomek going to be poking around here a little bit. Don't see anything too suspicious so far. Cybercore goes down. Alright, Rostok actually filling out his gases pretty early here. Actually, both play. My gas timings for PvP must be off. Do apologize. Both players just kind of poking around right now. Their openings are similar enough. Stalker Sentry for Rostok. Same for Ziomek. Rostok going for the pylon block on the natural. It looks like Ziomek wanted to do something similar, but is going to actually be pushed away here. Chances are Rostok wants to wait to get that natural expansion anyways. Just a little bit. There we go. Getting that while the third unit is being produced. Making another sentry. This is actually 3 sentries. Alright. Ziomek having to clear his natural. Oh, my apologies. Rostok's actually going for 2 No, this is 3 sentries. Okay. Ziomek getting that, or actually both players getting the hallucinations out to scout. Ziomek with the Twilight Council opening. Well, both players going for it. I'm actually not familiar with either of these players, so I'm not 100% sure what their game plan is, what they're known for. But it'll be exciting to learn. It'll be exciting to learn. Big transfer of workers. Link starts up immediately for the blue Protoss player. And then the same will be true for the red. Yep, there we go. Looks like we're going to be seeing the Stalker Wars of 2559. Actually, is this, let me know in chat if this is something you've ever thought of, but what would be the canonicity of multiplayer matches in StarCraft 2? Like, does anybody else ever make like some sort of headcanon for themselves about how these matches are kind of defined in the lore? Like right now, this is like a rogue faction of purifiers that the Daylom is having to go in and deal with. But shockingly enough, the Ehon Re are actually supplying the buildings here. Bit of a weird twist. Especially since the Ihonri are only really active around Tirador. Another scout coming up. Man, these two are basically doing the exact same thing at once. It's kind of amazing to see. Blink finishes up for both players. Ziomek's slightly ahead in economy, but Rostok definitely has a better army. Or slightly better army, I should say. Neither player feeling really confident of getting out on the map and doing anything. Rostok keeping up with the scouting. The Ziomek is filling out that gateway count pretty well. Oh, both players are actually going for charge. That's interesting. I'm assuming that's just going to be for run-bys. Ziomek with a double adept setup down here, just wanting to poke in whenever Rostok is not paying attention. Fourth base being set up for both players. I gotta say, this is a fairly tame PvP. Not a single shenanigan to be had. Ooh, Rostok actually misses the Warp Prism here. Ziomek now pushing across the map. Feeling confident. I actually did see this fourth base location, and Ziomek is not in position to actually defend it right now. So this is going to result in the cancel, I believe. Ziomek coming in to try and reinforce, but I think Rostok has enough here to actually be able to deal with this quite effectively. Lots of Stalkers are going down for Ziomek by the looks of things. Nice force fields by Rostok. A couple of Zealots are going to come and join the fray. And yeah, Rostok is actually... Yeah, Rostok's actually kind of breaking this. And that being said, Ziomek does have the finisher's advantage here. Jumps immediately on top of it, completely negates the battery overcharge, and it looks like Ziomek's actually in a lot of trouble here. Probes are going down for the Protoss player in blue. Ooh, the Warp Prism does get taken out, so there's going to be no reinforcing for Ziomek. He's just going to have to back up here now. But yeah, the Ziomek's now down. Yeah, he's down 10 workers. He's up 10 supply in army, but that can very quickly change. Rostok reinforcing with more Stalkers. Actually, yeah, Ziomek's kind of smelling blood in the water. He does feel like he needs to make something happen here. More Stalkers, more Zealots coming across the map. We do have the Warp Prism for reinforcing. Rostok's gonna have to delay for a second so that he can get some more reinforcing units. Big warp in for Ziomek. His army is significantly higher now. There's army count, I should say. Alright, Ziomek trying to push in here. Zealots aren't really doing all that much right now. There we go, nice force field to kind of break up the Stalker count. Rostok might be successfully holding here. Nice blink micro by the Protoss player in red. This is a big concave by Ziomek, though. This is starting to look a bit spooky for Rostok. Shield battery has run out of energy. Did the shield battery overcharge get popped? All of a sudden, the shoe is on the other foot, and Ziomek is just crushing into Rostok's third base. There's just a lot of Protoss here for Rostok to actually deal with. Actually was in a decent position to keep the Zealots off of him, but he still has to contend with these Stalkers now. Ziomek just warping in constantly. And now, yeah. Ziomek now has a rather significant advantage. Rostok pushing back some of these zealots. Rostok trying his hardest to hold this position, but there's a lot of zealots coming in. Now Rostok's third base is just kind of out in the open. Rostok severely down in supply. Shield battery overcharge is popped, but unfortunately it looks like Ziomek is going to break that. Zealots continuing to pour in, and unfortunately they're a little bit ineffective in these choke points. So Rostok is going to be able to hold a better defensive position. Ziomek trying to back up into Rostok's third once again, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a pincer here. However, more zealots or more stalkers are coming in for Ziomek. Rostok holding on here, managing to push back Ziomek. And now Rostok is the one down 10 supply. Or 10 worker supply, I should say. Wow, this has been extremely back and forth. Now Rostok is the one with the upper hand with the higher stalker count. Well, that didn't last long. Rostok backing up. Ziomek committing to defending the fourth base. Ziomek also getting a Dark Shrine. The one of the spookiest units of the Protoss army. Rostok getting a good view of where Ziomek's army is. Knows that he has a little bit of space to work with. Oh, that poor thing. The Observer never did anything wrong to you. Besides for transmitting, you know, classified information back. Alright, a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a slowdown here. Dark Shrine going down for Rostok. Templar Archive's about a third of the way done. He's actually going to be up and up. I actually did not realize that, but Rostok actually is up one attack upgrade. Probably definitely helped with holding this third base location. Alright, Ziomek's coming in with a rather large army. But Rostok's in a pretty good defensive position. The shield battery should be able to help out when the time comes. I believe he does have... oh, he does not have energy for battery overcharge. Ziomek committing to the fight at the third base. This one Archon is actually going to be pretty good at just deleting some of these zealots. Oh, this battery... Oh, there's actually... oh, that's not good. A couple of Dark Templar actually did get into the base. Ziomek pushing back into the third base of Rostok once again. Archon is going ham, but it looks like it's going to be deleted. And it looks like Rostok is just not going to have enough to hold this third base location and deal with the DTs that are currently ransacking his main base. Alright, Ziomek takes game number 1. That was really back and forth. For a second there, I thought Rostok was just going to take it with that first push, but Ziomek held the line and was able to make his own offensive afterwards. It's crazy how like the power dynamic can switch so quickly in these games. All right. Here we are on Dragon Scale, spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map. We have Rostok. And with the blue Protoss pieces, up one game, we have Ziomek. This time going with a low ground pylon. This is a 1-gate expand setup, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. We'll have to see. Probe's going to be moving out to get some scouting information. Rostok grabbing that second gateway. Pretty much the same setup as from game 1 out of Rostok. Ziomek going for the 1-gate expand. Gonna put him decently ahead in economy, but it's gonna make it. Ooh. Let's go. Robo? Or gateway? Robo. Probably should have been able to tell because of the that lack of warp gate. Probe popping in for just a second just to see what's up. Not really gonna see all that much. These are the more. This is definitely like. These are the type of Protoss shenanigans I wanted to see. Ziomek actually looking around here for signs of some kind of proxy. Oh, I don't think it's going to see it until it's too late. Fortunately, it's going to be the last location Ziomek checks, which, you know, there's always the case. It's always the case. First 2 Stalkers moving across the map. Ziomek knows that something's up. He's already got the... Oh, no. The shield battery is standard with this setup. Immortal finishing up very quickly. Now Ziomek knows that there is indeed something outside of his base, and it is not friendly. Second shield battery is going to be going down. I think Ziomek should be able to hold this pretty well. It's going to depend, though. Alright, now we're pushing in. Shield battery is going to be overcharged. Regen in that pylon, make sure it doesn't fall. It's the only pylon there, so if it falls, Ziomek falls. Rostok trying his best to get some damage done. Unfortunately, just not quite able to really do anything here. Warp Prism is going to show up. It's going to give him high ground vision and let him shift some of these units around pretty well. Ziomek trying to hold as much as he can. Big warp in by Rostok. A couple of adepts going to be able to sneak into the mineral lines now that the wall's down. Rostok getting some damage done. Cybercore will be finishing up soon here for Ziomek. Always good to have a replacement if you can have one. It looks like Rostok's actually going to try and take a different approach here. Just drop directly into Ziomek's base. It's a ballsy approach. I like it. Lots of adepts here. Right, here we go. Rostok's going to try and take out that the shield battery. Probes are going to be pulled off the line to try and deal with this aggressive approach here. So Warp Prism does get taken out, so now Rostok's ability to micro is going to be diminished quite severely. Oh, yeah, man, that was actually a really impressive hold. GG's going to be called. Ziomek takes game.